Now it's my great pleasure to introduce to you my dear friend, Professor Mami Noda. I met Professor Noda in 2013 at a neurochemistry conference in Kyoto, in Japan, when I was doing my research there. And we had such a wonderful discussion about so many scientific topics, including molecular hydrogen. And I'm just really impressed with her excellent research, her personality. Everything about her is very inspiring and helpful. And I'm just grateful for all of her contributions and for her putting this together for the summit. I'll now read her brief bio. Professor Mami Noda is a pathophysiologist and pharmacologist. After being a postdoctoral fellow at Rockefeller University, she conducted brain science in a laboratory of pathophysiology at the Graduate School of Pharmaceutical Sciences at Kyushu University. After retiring from Kyushu University, she has been involved in teaching and helping research in several universities. She is now also in obstetrics and gynecology clinic, helping with women's health. Now, please welcome Professor Noda.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mami Noda, a pharmacologist, physiologist, and pathophysiologist. Today, I'm going to talk about molecular hydrogen as a useful gas for slow aging. I've been working about the effect of hydrogen water mainly on neurodegenerative disorders such as Parkinson's disease. It's been almost 15 years, and it means I've been drinking hydrogen water for almost the same period. In addition, recently, I also inhale hydrogen gas, though only 10 minutes or so, and using a hydrogen bath as well, at least for the last couple of years. Because of that, thanks to hydrogen gas, I think it helps my health and makes me look younger than I am. I'm 67 years old, but I have much less gray hair compared to other people at my age. Well, let me start my presentation. Well, effects of molecular hydrogen are summarized as anti-apoptotic, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidative. These are the causes of aging. Therefore, inhibition of these causes of aging leading the slow aging, I mean the slowdown of the process of aging. The characteristics of molecular hydrogen are the smallest molecule, highly diffusible, no accumulation, little toxic effects, makes as oxidative stress resistant. There are several ways of hydrogen intake. Drinking hydrogen water, inhaling hydrogen gas, or intravenous administration, or this is a very special case, but hydrogen in organ preservation solution, or eye drop, or transdermal absorption. In this case, we use hydrogen cosmetics or hydrogen bath. Well, hydrogen gas, it has two effects, indirect effects and direct effects. I'm going to talk about precisely later on, but indirect effects cause systemic effects, and direct effects are based on effects at the cellular or mitochondrial level. This shows the indirect effects. Mainly, it activates the endocrine system. When we drink hydrogen water, then it goes to the stomach, and we found that hydrogen stimulates the release of ghrelin from stomach. And since this is a hormone, it circulates in the blood, the whole body, and it also goes to the brain. And it stimulates the release of growth hormone. Presumably because of this, drinking hydrogen water have neuroprotection, as I mentioned in the Parkinson's disease, for example. And the release of this growth hormone, it stimulates the sex hormones such as estrogen or testosterone, and it also stimulates other organs as well. On the other hand, the direct effects of hydrogen, there are many. For example, improvement of cardiovascular system and respiratory system, especially in the case of COVID-19. It also improved immune system, autonomic nervous system, especially sympathetic nervous system. And as I mentioned, it stimulates the transdermal effects working on the skin, the scalp, or hair. Vice versa, molecular hydrogen inhibit the inflammatory response or stress response, inhibiting the release of so-called stress hormone from adrenal glands. Drinking hydrogen water can also modify gut microbiota and helping our health. So taking all these things together, there are diversity of hydrogen effects, and it works like an orchestra, and at the end, it becomes the maintenance of homeostasis. So you can see there are a variety of hydrogen effects. Well, we must be aware that utilizing of hydrogen, especially drinking hydrogen water, takes time. In case of mice, it takes days to show the effects. And maybe this is direct effects, but it has oxidative stress resistant, well, maybe direct and indirect effects. And it's equal to antioxidant. And as I mentioned, hydrogen has improvement of cardiovascular system, immune system, endocrine system, and nervous system. All these things helps us healthier and better physical activity and slow down the aging process. That's what we call slow aging. So let's enjoy hydrogen. Nothing is too late. Well, thank you for your attention.